Good morning from Riga, Latvia.
Morning.
And there's our hotel. But we're going to go and see some of the sights now, starting with just across the road, this Orthodox cathedral. During World War I, the Germans turned it into their own Lutheran church, and then when the Soviets took over, then they turned it into a planetarium. It was full of like models of all the planets. So Celine's coming up so we can go inside the Cathedral of Nativity of Christ. Do you know what I love most about it? The gold domes.
Yeah.
Those golden domes are stunning. So this is the Freedom Monument, and it was built to commemorate Latvian independence, which was short-lived. I think it was like between 1918 and 1920 or something. But then the Soviets took over, so people used to gather here to lay flowers as sort of a memorial to the people who lost their lives. The Soviets didn't like it and eventually tried to crack down, but it didn't work, and Latvia got its independence. This is the Lame clock. And do you know anything about it? Right, it was built during the communist times, and it was like, so the local population could know what time it was so they wouldn't be late for work. But then they started advertising on it, and now it's got the advertisement of Lame 1870, and that's a famous chocolate confectioner of Riga. We're heading now somewhere quite exciting. It is, they are 5 old Zeppelin hangars. There's only 9 left in the world, and 5 of them here in Riga, but now they are the central market. And you can see one of the hangars there. Fruit section. You can get your cherries and your strawberries. Look how delicious they look. Now we enter the old Zeppelin hangar. So this one is like souvenirs, and you can buy amber, you can buy your Russian dolls, you can buy all these little models of them. Imagine a Zeppelin in here. Look at the array of meat and sausages. We've gone into the second one now, where there's just the most huge array of cheese. Sheep cheese. I don't know. Pollock. Jackson Pollock cheese. What is that? Look. Caviar. There it is. There you go. Zeppelin hangars. The Grand Central Market of Riga. So we've walked to it, the Academy of Science, and look at it, it's like built by the Soviets back in the 50s or 60s, and I think some people described it as like Stalin's cake because of the layers. But apparently there's a way to get in and visit some observation deck.
No, I don't have, sorry.
Oh, the babushka's not happy about this. We haven't got a €2 coin. But this just reeks of pure Sovietness. 15th floor.
Let's see what this is all about.
Here we are. So, was it worth €6 each?
I mean, it is a panoramic view, and there's plenty of space, and it's not crowded. But I think €6 is a bit steep.
Right. Under an underpass to the river. How do you pronounce it? Dagova?
Dagava?
You cold?
I'm okay now, I have my coat on.
It's July, but it's a bit nippy in Riga at the moment. So we're coming up to one of the last remaining communist monuments in the city. Latvia got rid of most of its communist statues after independence, but this one remained, and it commemorates the 1905 Russian Revolution, where the peasants and all of the lower workers tried to kick against the Tsar Nicholas II, I think, but ultimately it failed. But anyway, this is a memorial to it. But now we're going to head into the proper old town, into this beautiful square with some great buildings and a great statue in the middle. Prepare yourself for the majesty of the House of Blackheads.
Oh wow!
That is good, isn't it?
Look at it!
It's like a fairy cake. This is like the focal point of Riga. This is like the central bit. But let me give you some information about the House of Blackheads. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So, I think it's like from the 14th century, and it was unmarried merchants and seamen and foreigners. They would meet there, and I think they would wear like black headwear while they had mad banquets and parties and drinking sessions. But the weird thing is, it was completely destroyed in the war, completely flattened. But they've rebuilt it, looking at plans and old pictures of it. So it looks amazing. That is the best building in Riga, in my opinion. This is the Roland statue. Apparently it's a replica. The real one is inside a cathedral nearby. And here are some interesting facts. Number one, the entire historical centre of Riga is fully recognised as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Fact number two, 40% of the population of Latvia are Russian. Fact number three, women from Latvia are the 5th tallest in the world, and they're 5'6" on average. Fact number four, Ollie Murs, British pop star, has Latvian blood. His grandparents were Latvian circus performers, if you can believe that. Fact number five, the Latvian flag is one of the oldest flags in the world. What have you just bought?
A Christmas tree decoration.
Nice.
Because the spot where I'm standing is the spot that held the first ever decorated Christmas tree.
Now we're going to head to Dome or Cathedral Square. When Latvia wanted independence, this area was not like this. There was barricades, people were barricading themselves in with barbed wire. Thousands of people gathered here, and the Soviets didn't really know what to do, so they stormed in, killed a few people. That caused uproar around the world. Latvia got its independence. It looks amazing. I keep on saying it, but it just looks so pretty. Look at this beautiful blue church. Not on our list to see, but we'll go and see it nonetheless. Our Lady of Sorrows Catholic Church. Celine's been given a fancy fabric skirt. This looks quite nice, doesn't it? Just unexpected sight of Riga, which we weren't even planning on seeing. You really like Catholic chapels, don't you? I call them churches.
I call them chapels.
That's Irish thing, a chapel. So look, on the pointy bit of that roof, a cat. This is affectionately known as the cat house.
So the guy that was building this house, he had a grudge against the Great Guild, well, the people that work there, and so this house is directly opposite. So when he was building it, he put the cats on the top, but he had their arches facing the Great Guild to basically let them know that he wasn't happy with them.
Nice. This is the Swedish Gate, and it's the only remaining gateway of the old fortifications, and apparently, from what I've read, above it is where the town executioner used to live, and he'd put a red rose in his window every time he whacked someone. This church is St. Peter's, and there's a really interesting legend behind that spire. It kept on falling down, burning down, toppling down, killing people as it toppled down. And anyway, the Tsar, who was coming at the time, he said, look, we want it built properly once and for all. Anyway, they did, and the architect who did it, the builder who did it, they climbed to the very top, and he had a glass of wine, drank it, and he threw it over the side, and he said, right, however many shards it's broken into is how many centuries this spire will last. So they all rushed down, but the glass had landed in a pile of hay, and it only split into 2 bits, 2 centuries. Anyway, Second World War, it got bombed, spire fell down. the prophecy was chillingly correct. But I'll tell you, two people who were not impressed with the majesty of the church spire. These two guys, completely down and out. But now we're going to go to somewhere called the Three Brothers, these really old houses that are different in style and architecture. This one's the oldest, and look at the windows, they get smaller and smaller, and they had small windows in this medieval Latvia because I think they were taxed. The bigger the window, the more tax. And look at this magnet we bought. Tell you what though, you've got to be quick with the crowds. Look at them now. We were lucky. There's a woman in the middle of this field and she hasn't got any clothes on, she's just standing there, and I think it's very, very rude. Do you? You gonna join her? Just passing the National Opera House. Wow, look at this. This is a nice part of Riga. Just walking through the park. That is it from our sightseeing of the old town and the surrounds. Till next time.